When we talk about the origins of economic thought, most people think of the same familiar names: Adam Smith, Karl Marx, or, for those who go further back, Aristotle. But hidden in the back rooms of history lies a quieter, lesser known yet equally powerful truth. A truth Western history usually chooses to overlook. Nearly 1,000 years ago, long before capitalism was born or central banks existed, a Muslim thinker issued a warning so sharp that you can still hear its echo in every financial crisis today. He said, "When money loses its moral compass, society loses its way. And if we look at the world we live in today, he may have understood us far better than we think." Welcome to the Economic Historian channel, where money, power, and history collide. And nothing is ever as simple as it looks. Imagine the world of the 1100s, because that's where the story begins. Close your eyes for a moment and picture this world. It's around the year 1100. Europe is fragmented, poor, and only just emerging from centuries of darkness and war. But the Islamic world, the complete opposite. Picture a vast civilization stretching from Al-Andalus to Persia, Baghdad, Damascus, Cairo, the financial and cultural capitals of their time. Bustling markets, lively trade routes, caravans carrying silk, spices, cloth, and silver. Scholars debating philosophy, law, medicine, astronomy. Madrasis lit late into the night with discussion. Wealth is rising, cities are flourishing. Society is transforming, much like today. And in the middle of this rapidly changing world appears a man named Hamid al-Ghazali. Who is al-Ghazali? He was born in 1058 in Persia. By his 30s, he had already become one of the most respected scholars in the Islamic world. But what set him apart wasn't his title. Ghazali's greatest strength was this: he never feared questioning the status quo. He saw that the world was becoming wealthier, but also more restless. Markets were expanding, but people were drifting away from meaning. Society looked strong from the outside, but something inside felt rotten. Sound familiar? Don't we talk about the same things today? Ghazali's central question was simple but profound. What happens when a society becomes rich faster than it becomes wise? And following this question, he began studying money, economics, and human behavior. Ghazali's view of money. A perspective that fits today like a mountain for Ghazali. Money was not sacred. It was not a status symbol. It was not a source of power. He put it plainly. Money is a tool. Its value depends on what it enables. He compared money to a mirror. A mirror has no value on its own. Its worth comes from what it reflects. Money is the same. Gold or silver does not make it valuable. Its value comes from what it makes possible: circulation, production, trade, cooperation. And from this worldview, he reaches a powerful conclusion. Money that doesn't move is dead money. Money locked in chests, buried underground, or removed from the market suffocates society. Circulation stops, trade weakens, prices distort, people struggle. He described this as freezing the bloodstream of society. Today's wealth inequality, liquidity crises, savings gluts, they are all modern versions of this idea. Speculation, a poison that corrodes society from within. Ghazali had no patience for merchants who manipulated prices. He openly condemned opportunism, hoarding, and turning moments of panic into profit. In his words, whoever profits from another's suffering profits from corruption. And corruption is contagious. If one merchant does it, another follows. It spreads through the markets, then through institutions. Eventually, the entire society decays. Look at today: housing bubbles, stock manipulation, cryptomania, opportunistic profiteering, information monopolies, crisis exploitation. All of them are modern faces of the same old human behavior seen 900 years ago. But Ghazali was not anti-trade. In fact, he praised trade. What he opposed was profit without contribution, dishonest, deceptive, manipulative wealth. Ghazali and the State, a 1,000-year-old warning. About manipulating money. Medieval rulers had a common habit. They reduced the gold or silver content in coins. Think of it as an early version of modern monetary expansion. Ghazali viewed this practice clearly. It creates inflation without the public knowing. It reduces the value of money. It destroys trust, It makes the poor even poorer. And above all, for the state to tamper with money is to break its contract with society. Once trust is gone, people abandon their local currency and turn to stronger foreign ones. Just like today, the Venezuelan bolivar, the Zimbabwean dollar, the Argentine peso, the Weimar mark, all met the same fate. Ghazali saw this 1,000 years ago. Human psychology, the real engine of the economy. According to Ghazali, you can't understand economics with math alone, because economics is not driven by numbers. It's driven by people and their emotions. People hoard when they're afraid, speculate when they're greedy, exploit when they have power. Normalize cheating by saying everyone does it. When a society reaches the point where dishonesty becomes normal, collapse has already begun. That's why he said, you cannot fix an economy without fixing the incentives that shape human behavior. Laws matter. Markets matter. But behind all of it is human psychology. Ghazali's mirror for the modern world. Now look around the world today. Record-breaking wealth, inequality, unprecedented levels of debt, declining trust in institutions, endless speculation, manipulative markets, silent inflation, recurring financial crises. They are all updated versions of the problems Ghazali described. His warnings could jump straight off the page and onto today's news. Where justice disappears, wealth cannot remain. Money is not just a number. The economy is not just charts. Everything, absolutely everything, runs on trust. And when trust collapses, the system collapses. Conclusion. When money breaks away from morality, the system breaks with it. Ghazali's message from 1,000 years ago still stands. Societies can survive poverty, but they cannot survive corruption. Economies don't collapse because resources run out. They collapse because trust runs out. Because money is a belief system. The economy is a moral ecosystem. Institutions stand on trust. Human behavior is the foundation. This is why Ghazali's ideas are not just history. They are a warning. If a society loses its moral relationship with money, it eventually loses everything. And if this gave you a new perspective, don't forget to subscribe. History hides the answers, and I'll show you where to find them.